All right. Good evening. It is 5:30 on Tuesday, July 13th, and we will call the City of Clovis Lodgers Tax Meeting to order. With that, we'll start with roll call. Will the clerk please call roll?
Thomas Martin,
Here.
Freddie Bryant,
Here.
Jess Reyes. Here. LaShawna James,
Here.
Gail Tarson, and Commissioner Garza.
Here.
Thank you. Approval for minutes from our last meeting, which was on May 11th. Are there any corrections to the minutes?
Nobody read the minutes, or?
Yeah,
I'm just
I
skimming
think-
through.
I think Freddie was
Motion
just
to
glancing
approve.
over just to kill some time. So,
I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
all right, we've got the first motion by Freddie and the second by Jess. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. We will begin reviewing the applications for the Lodgers Tax Fund in the order that they were turned in. And we've had, just like those minutes we review, we also have had a chance to review your applications, so thanks for getting those in early. The first one we will do is Run to Hillcrest, the Desert Cruisers Car Club.
Good afternoon, guys.
Mr. Bailey.
Good afternoon.
My name is Jerry Bailey. I'm the president of the Desert Cruisers Car Club. Our 24th annual Run to Hillcrest is coming up September the 10th and 11th. I've been president for maybe 20 years of this. My treasurer is back there. She said I could come up here and put the spiel up. Or Barbara Woolsey. Barbara's been a member of the club since it was formed, so she knows a little bit about some of the stuff that I don't know about. So if you have any questions, if you can't pry it out of me, you probably can pry it out of Barbara. Our event is the Run to Hillcrest. It's our 24th annual Run to Hillcrest. We're expecting we mailed 235 applications today, so we're expecting most of those to come in. So we're hoping, we've already got 2 or 3 applicants in, so we're hoping that most of them will come in. We are asking for $13,400. I put up there on the front, it was asking for 14, but I was told down to the Chamber of Commerce that I couldn't do that. So anyway, we're asking for $13,400. We're catering to mostly of the old vehicles. We don't allow anything. It's got to be considered an antique vehicle to be entered in the event. So, we have in the past supported Dragon Main with as much enthusiasm or more than we show for our own show. Anyway, does anybody have any questions?
Well, yeah, Mr. Bailey, let's start with the first one. So when I totaled up your marketing costs, it came to $15,200. What did you subtract out to get the $13,400?
Barbara, can you help me with that?
I just wanted to make sure Barbara was able to.
Do what? That's what we added up was 13.4, so
Okay. Oh,
This-
and also, sorry, Jerry.
This was our first year as this type of invitation to do it, so
Okay.
we struggled a little bit with it.
On your date of purchase of the items, they're labeled 2019. For the promotional items, is that just are they all just moved to 2021?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Does anyone else have any questions?
We have been coming to the Lodgers Board for maybe 20 of those 24 years. I don't remember the first 4 years what we did, but we appreciate your help, and we are eager to get this thing going. 2020 was a rough year for us. We couldn't do anything, and we couldn't go anywhere with our rifle car, so we had to sit home and twiddle our thumbs just like everybody else.
Sure.
We did go up to Taco Box 2 or 3 times and sit over in the parking lot and not
Dream of the next time you get together.
Yeah, dream of the next time we could even. I went in the door the other night and it was completely closed.
Yeah, they kicked you right out, didn't they, Jerry?
Yeah, no, they didn't kick me out.
Just didn't let you in?
They let me in the restroom, but I had to order something, and of course, Juan, since the state has opened up again, we've been to Juan's place quite a number of times. We've been to the Foxy as many times as we could, and yeah, you other ladies, I don't know much about you, so.
I thought he was gonna say he's been going to the hotels and taking naps.
It's good. That was a good,
Please
yeah.
help me.
Trying to sell this pretty well. Yeah. Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry, I think we're good. Thank you. And we do know what you've brought in the past, so we're ready for you this year.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jerry.
We appreciate your consideration.
All right, next up is CBT Barrel Racing, the 12th Annual Double Dash Barrel Race.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm just glad to be here because I went to your old building and there was nobody there. And yeah, I started calling my contacts to find out where the meeting is, and then I went next door to the library. And anyways, I'm running, so I got my breath back, I think. I'm the school teacher that's on summer break, so I'm way out of shape. But so I heard him say last year, y'all twiddled your thumbs, and that's because y'all are from New Mexico. I am not bragging, but it's been a long time since I've been here, so glad to see y'all again. But our New Mexico races that were scheduled September of 20 and the March of 21, we got to have both those in Amarillo. So we and my contestants are looking forward to finally getting to come back to Clovis, hopefully. So this is we will, Lord willing, right? But this is our 12th year to have the Double Dash race. It's been held here in Clovis every year except last year. And last year had, we do 2 races normally here in Clovis, and we 2 years ago and 3 years ago sold the facility out of stalls. Good news is they've added some stalls, so there's more available. But last year we had a perfect plan in place. We took 2 of our national co-approvals, and instead of both of them being with our September race, we moved one of them to the March race, and our numbers increased, and then it was supposed to balance out, and the other national co-approval was with the September race, but then COVID hit and everything happened. But anyways, so this year it should still be the size that it has always been, hopefully larger, because like you said, it's been a while. They're craving the different arena in Clovis. They get tired of running in the same pins. Been in communication with Casey out at the fairgrounds, and they're good to go. They had a team open, I think, 2 weeks ago, so all should be well. We added a WPRA side pot this year that should draw a few more people. Want to make sure that we get that advertised to that WPRA group. Want to make sure that we don't leave out the locals. We have a pretty good following, and we have a pretty good our mail out that we do goes to contestants that have been with us at some point in time during the last 5 years. And our regional publications, our races usually draw contestants from 5 to 10 different states, so that's good. This year, in communication with Casey, we are taking part of our Saturday morning warm-up time and moving it to Friday night with double intention there. More stall nights for them because people will be coming in Friday instead of just squeezing in Saturday morning, and then more motel nights. And I know it will increase the numbers a little because that's the schedule we've done in Amarillo this year for our March race and May race, and they saw a definite number of increase in stall nights. So that's, I okayed it with him to do that same schedule here. So basically, we're part of Friday and then Saturday and Sunday. And I am gladly open to questions. See if I left anything out of stuff I highlighted. I don't.
Does anyone have any questions?
I don't.
I've
We-
got
go-
a couple. Yeah.
Okay, I will,
I'm gonna line them up for you.
okay.
You showed, so we had a question earlier with the board, before we started, but we know that a lot of the attendees stay in their trailers.
Correct.
We know that. But you've got 2 host hotels listed. Are they typically filled with
I don't know if
others
the right word is filled, because we.
or used?
Correct, used, yes. When we were here in 19, for this particular race, the Fairfield was one of our host hotels, and then I'm open to suggestions for a second one. I don't know if one of y'all is involved with the hotel, or I saw where the Hampton, which is, right by the fairgrounds, changed. I don't know what it's called now, but it caught my eye just because it's close to the fairgrounds. People like that. And so I don't know if they fill. Our contestants all enter through us, so we know where our contestants are from. And then, of course, it's easy for the fairgrounds to get a stall count and a RV count. And we can do like surveys and stuff to get hotel counts. And not everybody stays at the host hotels. Some of them like to bring their dogs. Some of them like the cheaper places. So that's why we kind of like to offer kind of a higher end place and then a more affordable one that maybe allows pets, because we have a variety of contestants.
Thanks for that one.
Yes.
And then for the city, last year they were awarded almost 7,000, but only used 2,200. Are we rolling that, or is it available?
We did not roll it.
Okay.
Anything that was from previous year was not.
Okay.
Correct. So at the end of this fiscal year, we've wiped out everything.
We do appreciate what y'all did to help us, because we had already sent out our flyers that had Clovis on it. We had already ordered barrel covers. I mean, we still have those barrel covers, so that we'll get to use those this year. So it wasn't like those funds just went to waste, but we do appreciate y'all stepping up, even though we didn't get to come here, but help us with what did have Clovis on it.
Just X'd out the
The
20,
we,
put a 1.
I think we ordered one barrel cover that didn't say Clovis, and the others did, but it was in Amarillo. People understood. They were just barrel racers last year. They were just happy to get to go somewhere. It was the horse industry was one that, knock on wood, we didn't get shut down as much as other industries, and people went like crazy. I don't know how they went, because everybody's jobless, but everybody's still going.
Last question I had, a comment. Thank you I saw you use Backwoods and Clovis Vet Supply, so thanks for doing the local.
Yes.
But I had a question on Facebook Live, is listed here. Is that considered, we're not promoting at that point, the event's live. Is that something we would cover?
That was one of my questions on my paper was, so we've had a live webcast in the past, but this year we were going to, a man made contact with me and he would do a Facebook Live, and we can do live interviews. A few years ago, I included a flyer in my mail out that said things to do in Clovis, and it had like the zoo and I forget some other things. I communicated with someone from the chamber and they sent me a flyer. But I was thinking that we could promote those things on Facebook Live, but I don't know if that is in y'all's realm of things that y'all can help us with.
Mr. Chairman, I think it still qualifies. That if you're going to mention the fact that this event is being sponsored by the city of Clovis,
Yes.
and coming to Clovis and you still have time to visit and do something like that. So if you can do that, then I don't see a problem with it.
Yes, and I'm sure that he can probably put together some kind of commercial, that can include similar things that we include on our flyer. But then when we do those live interviews, definitely include that. And not only do families of contestants from far away watch it, but a lot of people, they sit in their trailers and watch it, waiting for their turn. Or they go to town and eat at a restaurant and they're watching it to know, because with the number of entries that we have, we run for like 7 to 8 straight hours, and so they're not always at the grounds. And so that's one of the things that they like about our events. They can keep up with what number we're on and how fast we're running it. So that would definitely, they'd be like, oh, hey, we need to run by the zoo before we go home or whatever.
Mr. Howard, you were going to say something.
And Mr. Chairman, members of the board, the other thing I'd point out too is that their total, what they're requesting is $6,500, and their total marketing costs, which include that videography, is $8,613.
Not even.
And so there's, even if you didn't accept it, you could still award them the requested amount of $6,500.
Okay.
And I knew you had asked the previous person about, why he wasn't asking for the full amount. And that's part, this is my wish list. I don't always get it all, done or turned in on time, because I know we have to get it approved by y'all, the total, before we get, before we actually do the marketing. And then part of it is estimated, and so that's why what we're asking for doesn't add up to be the 8613.
You're never going to get it if you don't ask for it.
I know,
though.
and that's what y'all told me last year. And I'm such a conservative individual.
I mean, you can always not turn it in. I mean,
True.
if it doesn't, at least you have the
True.
ability to use it, but
Right.
Then you look
you
in
can
20.
still be conservative on your side.
True. Yeah, and that, I definitely will. My husband and I's first date, we went to McDonald's and shared a meal because I had a coupon. He still tells that story. In 2020, we plan on awarding a horse trailer for our year-end stuff. So I am going big and badder next year, hopefully.
A used.
No.
Got a really good deal on a used trailer.
Well, we did get a good deal because we got to buy it. Someone had special ordered it, and they got tired of waiting on it because of the delays with COVID stuff. And so we get it at that price, like
nice.
the pre-COVID price. We have that locked in. So we'll see if it all works out.
Board, any other questions? Okay. Good, thank you.
Thank you. Which hotel is one of y'all with so I can contact them or someone?
You can actually contact LaShawna. She runs the Fairfield. She's the sales director for the Fairfield and the Town Place where I'm the general manager, so.
Okay, town place. I am 99% sure the Fairfield is where we were. And the lady that contacted me was wonderful to work with, by the way. And our contestants that stayed there. I think there was some little gift basket on their bed. They sent me a picture, and yes, very good customer service. So thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I never got a basket. You just got the bill. Get us, sir.
Just the bill, that's it. Have a great day, sir.
Too much noise.
It's just complaints. All right, next up, Clovis Chamber of Commerce, the Cooperative Marketing and Advertising Program.
Hello, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. So Ernie Coss with the Chamber, and we have 2 requests tonight. And so I'm going to do the first one, the one that's most important to us. And then Rachel's on the screen, and she'll do the other one. And then hopefully we'll have time at the end during for the good of the order to brief you on some of the things that we've done recently with lodger's tax. So my request is for the event coordinator position. And so, as you all know, Kim Tipton is the event coordinator and has been for 3 years. So with her, not only do we have the skills of organizing and coordinating marketing and promoting events, but she's also the graphic design person, which is also a huge bonus. And so over the years, the city has partnered with the chamber to staff this position. And so I will just kind of go over some of the things that are in the application. And so we promote Clovis through professional tourism, through Kim's work and doing all the different tourism strategies. And we also work to help recruit events to Clovis. Most of the people here, Kim has spent time to brief them on their application. Not only that, but to help them organize, I think everybody here, to help them organize the events that are coming up. Tomorrow, we'll go to the Cannon Air Force Base to brief at the Quality of Life Council, and we'll take just these flyers here that are coming up that are in the community in the next month. So we have the Operation Phoenix Outdoor Show, Outdoor Recreation Show. We also have Cannon Appreciation Day coming up, where we'll celebrate our friends at Cannon, and then also organizing Pattern Energy's Back to School Expo. And so those are just all in the next 3 weeks. So anyway, Kim spends quite a bit of time just scheduling, meeting with people to help plan and organize events. She definitely has relationships in the community to be able to contact anybody and anything that anybody from out of town or even locally would need as it relates to event coordination. We also promote Clovis as not only for events, but for an ideal destination for tourism. So we, and through her efforts, we also let everybody know about the attractions and things to do here in Clovis. And so we didn't do that much in 2020, but I'm telling you, everybody is ready to get outside and do something now, because we've got a full slate of events scheduled between now and actually the end of the year. And so we just successfully, under Kim's leadership, had a really great Dragon Main, the best we've ever had. We didn't have the concerts this year because of capacity and being able to break even on that, but we're planning to do that next year. And then we've done all kinds of different events, event planning that's coming up. Like I said, we're involved with there's a USTRC event coming up at the end of the month. Kim is well connected to softball, which is a big attraction to all of the different tournaments that we recruit here in Clovis. We're working with the Special Olympics for the Equestrian Special Olympics. And then it's hard to think about this as tourism, but anytime we can get people outside the community to come to Clovis, we're happy to bring in meetings, conferences, and conventions. So we will be hosting the interim legislative meeting in the fall for the economic development. And the dog agility is coming up. And also the barrel racing and an MMA fight. So those are the things that are firm. There's all kinds of things that aren't firm. So I'm on the Culture Arts Series Board for Clovis Community College, and we're planning an event in October that we're working out the details for, to open the the Norman and Vi Penny Performing Arts Center, which was the Mesa. So with that and the state opening, we are also working with them to promote events at the state, and then hopefully we'll get Lyceum open soon too. So there's a lot of things that are happening, and like I said, especially after COVID, everybody's ready to organize events, and so our target audience, of course, varies with each event, like I said, and we're just really grateful and thankful for Kim's work. I know that the Dragon Main Committee was asking me if they need to all come to the podium with me tonight and say how awesome she is, and I think you guys know that as well. So I'll stand on it for any questions relating to the event coordinator.
Thanks, Ernie. I don't have any questions. So I don't know if the board has any.
I didn't have any.
We've heard of Kim.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ernie.
And Rachel, if you want to go on the next one, please.
Absolutely. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you guys for having us this evening. So as Ernie mentioned, I'm going to be talking about our application for the New Mexico True Co-op funding. Earlier this month, the New Mexico Tourism Department awarded the Chamber a 1-to-1 matching grant for the Cooperative Marketing and Advertising Program. That grant provides us the opportunity to double our tourism marketing impact with dollar for dollar matching funds. So we have requested $23,812 in lodger's tax funding to cover our partner portion for that. And by leveraging that $23,000 against the co-op funding, we will be able to secure more than $47,000 worth of tourism marketing and advertising. So on the application, I included a full list of what would be included in that marketing plan. It's a selection of print and digital options throughout West Texas and New Mexico. It's an amplification package for our social media content and New Mexico magazine articles that have already been written. It's crowdsourcing photo and video, as well as a still photo shoot to boost our library of high quality photo options. And each of those were chosen specifically for our community after a number of meetings with the New Mexico Tourism Department and discussions about our target markets and priorities. So as Ernie mentioned, for the first application, those priority audiences and targets will vary depending on the media outlet. For example, the Texas Monthly Print Ad targets top markets in Houston, Dallas, and Austin with a median age of 45 to 64. But the New Mexico True Adventure Guide includes a circulation of 300,000 people who have requested the guide, and it's distributed in Barnes & Noble bookstores, New Mexico Visitor Information Centers, CVBs, and select trade shows. The West Texas Digital Out-of-Home ads would target families and retirees in Lubbock and Amarillo and Midland, Odessa areas. And then the social content amplification would target any other priority audiences for our area. So our targets usually are Gen X, young boomers or empty nesters, and seniors or retirees throughout West Texas, New Mexico, Denver, Dallas, those areas. So as I mentioned before, we're requesting that $23,812 to fund a partner portion for these tourism marketing projects. And by covering that amount, we'll be able to secure marketing worth a total value of $47,624. So if we do move forward with this, we would be required to pay the New Mexico Tourism Department in 2 installments. The first one would be due next month on August 1st, and the second one would be due on December 1st of this year. I stand for any questions if anyone has some.
Thanks, Rachel. Board, any questions?
This is a magazine, right? It's just, it's like a magazine like we do, what is that other magazine that we do?
This is multiple.
Right, it includes some magazines, so some print ads in a couple of different magazines. Some of them are digital advertisements. Some of them are social media ads. It's
sort of
a variety.
Okay. So how does this differ from the website that we did last time? It's the same?
Another part of.
Okay.
They're separate. This would be promoting the community through different print publications and online. So the out-of-home ads in West Texas would be like electronic, like billboard type things. The social media would be on our chamber social media page. So they are separate, but the goal is to drive people to that new website that we created.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I don't have any other questions. Did you have any?
Pretty good. Rachel, we're good. Thank you so much.
Thank
Mr.
you,
Chairman,
guys.
Rachel, I have to ask a question.
Sure. No.
And so it looks like, based off the letter that was provided in the packet, that this has already been awarded. And so what was the game plan for securing the $23,000? Should the board, if they selected not to award this, what was the plan then? And then my next question is why would we have not asked up front for the funds for the lodger's tax and then made application?
So we had asked the New Mexico Tourism Department if we were awarded, if we apply for these things, are we going to be locked into them right off the bat? Because we obviously hadn't requested funding at that point. One of the reasons that we didn't request funding earlier is because the application window was kind of in between the lodger's tax meetings. So the way that it worked with the tourism department is we had a number of meetings with them to explain what our priorities were, what we are hoping to focus on as far as tourism marketing, and then they came back to us with a bunch of options that fell within those categories that we could then pick from. But that wasn't, we didn't start that process where we were making that application with those options until, I want to say, late last month.
Okay, thank you. And then one final question, the content, so if they come out for the still photo shoot, who owns those pictures? As I think about our websites, your website, the City of Clovis website, who owns those pictures, and are we allowed to have access to them?
Absolutely, yeah, the chamber would own the rights to all of those photos that we have received from that, so we could definitely share them with you guys and whoever in the community needs them.
Correct, thank you. So what I envision, so if they're out taking pictures of our zoo, why would we
Yes.
not want to include those in our Parks and Rec?
Right.
So, thank
And
you.
that's what they're hoping, is that the community will want to use those high-quality images.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. All right, last application for the Salvation Army, the Centennial Celebration of the Salvation Army in Clovis.
Generally, that's like last but not least, right?
Saving the best for last,
Best
Bill.
for last.
Mr. Chairman and distinguished board, Commissioner Garza, sure is good to see y'all.
Thank you.
I'd like to pass out some flyers that kind of go hand in hand with what we're doing. And I'd like to introduce a couple distinguished visitors we have here who are currently spending a couple nights lodging in Clovis. I've got Eric. Eric is our regional development director. He pretty much handles all of New Mexico. I have Eric. Eric is our regional development director. He pretty much handles all of New Mexico. And I've got Jeff. Jeff is our division, old president. He handles all of New Mexico, Arizona, and any other states? Nevada. Ooh, we should talk. So with me, of course, I have Miguel and Maria, both captains here at the Salvation Army. This event is covering 100 years of the Salvation Army in Clovis, New Mexico. It will include a chamber breakfast that will be celebrating and hopefully exposing everybody to a new after-school program and a playground and secure area that's being put together right now. And then we are looking to have a parade that will include the Salvation Army Band on Saturday, the day after, Salvation Army Band and CH High School Band. Definitely right for the community. What kind of questions do you have that I can answer? Okay, that's great.
Bill, I just have one question. On your advertising plan and budget, you've got a banner. What's the use and where will that banner be?
The banner will be a two-sided banner that will stretch across Main Street when we run the parade through. And hopefully we'll be able to get that up earlier in the week and get as much exposure on the banner as we can.
And we do the same thing for like the Christmas parade or for Dragon Main. We have there in front of the courthouse.
Okay.
So we'll put it up before the event. That way we're advertising the event in front of it.
If you look, of course, the media outlets we're using, we're, of course, fall into the 25% out of the area, and we're using Backwoods Apparel for all the giveaways. And honestly, the giveaways are to get our literature in the people's hands. The more services we let our community know about, the more opportunity that Salvation Army has to help. I've been fortunate enough to be on the advisory board for a number of years, and they've had me chair it for a year or two. I'm more a chairman in absence, but they still keep me around for some reason. But yeah, the giveaways honestly are to get literature about what's available, how we can help seniors, how we can help with after-school programs, how we can help with food that they deliver, that they feed, how we can help with utility programs, and that's the whole idea about giving all the swag away, is that it'll have literature that will hopefully get out to the community for those people that can use the Salvation Army.
Okay, so the celebration begins on September 17, and the parade will be on the 18th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Couple nights lodger's tax there.
It just, things come to my mind real quick, and sometimes I catch them and sometimes I don't. But would it be something that, to consider, to have some table there by the library with literature for people to grab?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Any other good ideas, we will certainly jump on.
I don't have any questions.
I don't have any good ideas.
I don't believe that.
Mr. Chairman, we may have a good idea.
Cool.
So as part of the parade, and so you'd have closures for that. And so our street department would obviously be having to put out the roadblock sign, and those are eligible expenses for lodger's tax. And so the drag in Maine total, of course, it was more so for is $640, $300. You may want to consider adding another $1,000.
I would
into the
like to add
request.
$1,200 to our request. So we can properly reimburse the city for their participation, and we truly appreciate that.
Okay. Good idea, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, good catch.
Okay.
Ms. Reyes.
It was actually Ms. Reyes.
Yeah, we know.
She's not just a pretty face, huh?
I thought you were always snapping, Vicky. Thank you.
Anybody else?
No more questions?
Vicky, any other brilliant ideas? Bill, thank you.
All right, appreciate your time and
Appreciate it.
consideration.
All right, does anyone need to take a break? We good? Can we move forward?
We're good.
Good. All right, let's start back at the beginning. Run to Hillcrest.
Is Jerry awake, or is he gone, or is he still here? Just checking, Jerry. Thank you, sir, for still being here.
I'm a native of Clovis, I'm not leaving.
And, Mr. Chairman, just for some budgeting considerations.
Yeah, what are our numbers?
Yeah, so we're anticipating about $230,000 in revenue from lodger's tax this year. Hopefully, the market will be stronger than what it has been in the last couple of years, and so hopefully that will be higher, but that is what we're budgeting at this point in time. And we had about $100,000 that was basically returned, wasn't used from previous years. And so that leaves you, like I said, around $330,000. So if you divide that out over 6 months, you're around $50,000 board meeting to allocate. Of course, if you allocate more than that, that's this month, then that could potentially leave you less the following months. But since we're at the start of the fiscal year this year, just for your information.
And we've got 86,000, 87,000 being requested now?
Roughly, yes, sir.
89 with 1,200.
Is that with the extra 1,000 for the
I added that one in.
salvation? Okay.
Vicky.
And the Desert Cruisers, that was based off 14,000, and if their actual request was 15.2, so if you add it up.
What have we done in the past, and has it been used?
For which,
Desert Cruisers for this one?
we had prior funded $10,000 back in 2019.
Yes, and he uses it
Yes.
Okay.
properly.
Mr. Sherman, just going to make a comment here since I don't vote on it and just goes to the city commission anyways. I will suggest that everything that is being requested be funded. I don't see a problem with any of that requests.
Mr. Chairman, just for clarification purposes, so the requested amount, for example, on the Desert Cruisers, 14,000, are you recommending the 15.2?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Shawnee, you good?
And besides that, I'm a teacher at Clovis Public Schools. No, I teach wood shop.
All right, do you want to fully fund on Desert Cruisers? Okay.
Yes.
Desert Cruisers fully fund of the 15.2. CBT barrel racing. Any questions on this one?
No, sir.
It's asking less than.
Yeah,
what
do you want to do
is there, so I think
6,500?
It'd be
Fully
the
fund
65.
6,500?
Yes.
65 on the barrel racing. You good with this? Good. Keep looking away from you. Chamber Cooperative Marketing and Advertising Program, that's the 23,812. Any issues with fully funding it?
No issues.
Fully fund on that one. Kim, as the events coordinator, any issues with fully funding Kim's position?
maybe I have an issue with that, I don't know. As long as it's always been something that we discussed before and it's qualified, so I don't
Yeah.
see what the
I
problem.
talked to,
And this past 2 years,
Paperwork's been
they've
done.
provided the documentation, and they've got an accounting system now to where they track the hours, and we review it, and if anything that doesn't qualify, we work through that with them.
Okay. Fully fund that one.
Yep.
And any issues on fully funding the Salvation Army?
At 8680.
8480?
Yeah,
Was it
84.
1,200?
Was it 1,200 or 1,000?
Oh.
I heard two numbers.
I did 1,000.
Okay.
Well, if it's
That's
gonna
what I
cost,
put.
if it's gonna cost more,
We don't take humor well around here.
if it's gonna cost the service of the city to do that, then I'd rather have your full amount of 1,200 added to that.
Oh, is
Just
that
to
what
be
you said,
safe,
12?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was 1,000, sorry.
that was our quick estimate over here, quick math.
Okay, so
So
we're doing the
80,
12?
86, 80. All right, fully funding all 6, or all 5? All right, do I have a motion to approve all the recommendations?
I'll make first motion.
Is that you, LaShawna? So first, a motion by Freddie, and second by LaShawna. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, same sign.
Yes.
The motion is carried. And now for the good of the order, I know Ernie wanted to share a couple of things about the chamber.
Mr. Chairman, do we have the timer there so we can? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Rachel did have a couple of slides that we were going to share. I don't know if she's still available, but anyway, I already mentioned Dragon Main. It was a huge success. We're excited about next year. And then we've been really busy with our community brand. And so, Rachel, if you want to take this piece, since you're up there on the community brand.
Happy to. I am going to share a window really quickly. So, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we had our Clovis Community Brand launch party last week on Wednesday. So just a reminder, and because it's exciting to see, here is our new Clovis Community Brand logo and tagline. It is all about welcoming people into the Clovis family, in creating connections that inspire growth with endless possibilities. The goal is to get the entire community working together to deliver on that brand promise. We are now beginning to integrate that brand into the community. First, working to integrate it inside of Clovis to ensure that everyone understands the mindset of the brand. So like I said, we had our Clovis Community Brand launch party on Wednesday. We had 75 attendees along with the press from the enthusiasm shared in the room. It seems like it was very well received. So in addition to the launch party, we have a style guide that has been created to make sure that everyone in the community uses the brand properly. We have also created a URL and some hashtags that have a double meaning. The website, the main all-encompassing hashtag and website is all in Clovis. It has a double meaning. It's everything that you need to have a great quality of life that's all in Clovis, and it's also the community working together to deliver on the brand promise, so the community members are all in. We've also created the official Clovis hashtags using hashtag heartfelt connections and hashtag endless horizons, and we'll be encouraging all community members to use these hashtags when sharing positive stories about Clovis. We have also announced the Hello, My Name Is brand campaign. Our goal is to get all community members to wear the personalized buttons so everyone can get to know each other and welcome everyone into the community. We've ordered about 5,000 buttons. We have enough to make that many, and hundreds of people have already ordered them and have been printed. So as far as we know, this is the first campaign in the U.S. to have an entire community strive to learn everyone first. We also have presenting earned media, KRQE News 13, the CBS affiliate in Albuquerque broadcast the Hello, My Name Is campaign nation first statewide on Wednesday right after the launch party, I believe. And we also have the Clovis Action Team available. This is going to be the team that's spearheading the new community brand and that work together to embrace the brand mindset and create various branding initiatives. We are also working on how to generate more excitement for the Hello, My Name Is campaign and how to introduce more branded merchandise throughout the time. And we also have another branded event called the Summer Challenge that we'll be just announcing in the coming weeks. So, okay, I know we mentioned earlier the Visit Clovis website that we came to you guys previously for. That website is now live, and it's a really beautiful, beautiful one-stop shop for anyone that is considering Clovis as a tourism destination. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you, Rachel. So thank you for mentioning that the website, Jess, when you asked about that. The website is live. We haven't really pushed it out and promoted it yet because we're trying to get past the launch party, but it is visitclovisnm.org. And it looks much like the brand as well. And so in addition to that, we got the 2 billboards up that we came to you and asked for money for Visit Clovis billboards with Shad Mayfield on them. And so one's in between here and Albuquerque, the other one's between here and
It's in Muleshoe.
Muleshoe, yeah, it's in Muleshoe. And so we've got those done. So we've been able to do all of this with the partnership of the city and definitely with the investment of the lodger's tax funds. And so I appreciate you guys and you're letting us do what we do best, and that is to sell and promote Clovis.
Thank you.
Thank you. How long was I?
I'll pass that thing.
That was going to be number 9. Thanks, Ernie. Anyone else have any comments? How about you guys good? All right. There being no further business to discuss, we are adjourned. Thank you.